Well, hello there, everyone. Austin Brightsmile here. It's time for another episode of Beat the Bible Scholar. Let's start by meeting our returning Bible scholar. She now speaks 7 languages, has written over 25 books for academic presses, and has won the prestigious Biblical Scholar of the Millennium Award 3 times. Please welcome again, Dr. Annabelle Martser. So, Dr. Martser, are you rested from your vacation?
You bet, Austin. Ready and raring to trash a fundy atheist.
Awesome! On that note, let's meet our fundy atheist for this round. She's a producer of computer-generated comic books and amateur films. In her spare time, she collects stuffed animals and corny sound effects. Please welcome BionicDance.
Let's do this.
Maybe you should do something else next time.
You, Austin. I like spinning around in circles.
Yeah, let's go ahead and check our category board. The topic is general Bible trivia. Well, this may be a bit easier than usual for our fundy atheist challenger. What do you think, Dr. Martser?
I'm not so sure, Austin. Have you seen some of her vids where she reads the Bible? An uncultivated chimpanzee performs exegesis with more cognizance than she does.
Yeah, I sure do, and I'm proud of it, too.
Right. Let's get started with question 1. In Genesis 2:2, we're told that God rested from his work. What is the significance of this? Yes, BD.
It's a sign of how stupid the Bible is. Is what it is. Why would an all-powerful deity need to rest, huh? You'd think he'd always have his wind.
Oh, another one of those. Wrong. Yes, Dr. Martser.
The Hebrew word translated rest is the word Shabbath, from which we get the word Sabbath. It signifies only a ceasing of or a stopping from an activity, and does not in any way imply that the actor is tired.
Wait a minute, what do you mean Hebrew? It says here in plain English, rest.
Yeah, but the Old Testament was written in Hebrew.
I don't get it.
Let's move on to question 2. In Genesis 31:46, Jacob and his brethren build a heap of stones and have a meal on it. What is the significance of this?
It has no significance to the story whatsoever. Just build a pile of stones and have lunch on it? This is weird random crap like some sort of religious Tourette's.
Wow. Stupid. Wrong. Dr. Martser?
The piling of stones was akin to the building of a memorial, or a historical marker, in today's terms. The purpose was to honor the event and memorialize those who took part in it with a permanent reminder that would serve as a sort of visual aid for later recounting of the story.
Yeah, so what's with the lunch bit?
That was a standard fellowship meal. In a collectivist society, the memory of an event would be cemented with an observance that included table fellowship. You sure do complain a lot about things like this, and about things like how to build a tabernacle, and it's all because you have problems understanding it. Well, just because you find it weird doesn't mean that it is, Kate. So quit being such a narrow-minded bigot.
Are we through? Okay, question 3. In the book of Exodus, who was Moses' father-in-law? Yes.
I've got hold of a continuity error on that one. In 2:18 it says Ruel is the father-in-law, but in 3:1 it says Jethro. Someone explain that one to me, I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, that's a good answer for you to stick with. Dr. Martser?
The first named used, Reuel, means friend of God, and has the bearing of a proper name. The other name used, Jethro, means his excellence, which means it's a title, not a proper name.
Wait a minute, you're saying that Beverly Hillbillies guy was some kind of king?
let's move to question 4. In Leviticus 12, we're given periods of uncleanness for women after childbirth. Why?
Because it's a bunch of sexist. That's why. This.
Nope. Dr. Martser?
Actually, Austin, in the Bible, uncleanliness has to do with ritual purity and participation in community life. The periods of impurity served much the same purpose as maternity leave today. It was meant to ensure that women were given time off from work to recover and bond with their infants.
Oh yeah, then why does it have a period twice as long for baby girls? Explain that anyway, but sexist, little Miss Scholar.
You're right, it's very sexist. Against boys. Infant girls get twice as long to bond with their mothers than boys do. Sounds like a disadvantage to me.
Well, looks like we have time for one more question. Why is leprosy called a plague in Leviticus 14:34-36? Yes?
I'll tell you why, because these guys were frickin' stupid is why. People get plagues. Houses? Not so much. The God who said this is all-knowing and infallible? Right.
Not even close. Dr. Martser?
Actually, Austin, the word used there means a mark or a stroke. It doesn't mean a plague in modern epidemic terms. So, for example, it's also used of wounds.
Look, what the is it with all this about Hebrew? It says here in plain English, plague. And if that was good enough for King James, it's good enough for me.
I told you, Kate. It was written in Hebrew, not English.
Oh yeah? Well, you think you're so smart, little Miss Scholar. Check Leviticus 11:19. Since when is the bat a kind of frickin' waterfowl, huh? You think God would have known better. And actually, that's evidence the Bible was written by primitive screwheads. It's in there. Love to hear the apologetics on this.
Why, certainly. Well, too bad, BionicDance. It looks like Dr. Martser wins another round.
Oh yeah? Well, I challenge you to a round 2, little Miss Smarty Pants. Best 2 out of 3.
Oh, really? Well, your call, Dr. Martser.
You've got a deal.
Well, there you go. We'll see you next time on Beat the Bible Scholar.
Until next time, fellow space travelers.
Yeah, that must be an episode of Beat the Fundy Atheist.